It was a career night for a guy who could be your most improved player of the year, Darius Garland. All he did was drop 41 points and 13 dimes to help the Cavs get past the new-look Pacers. He was clutch late in this one, dropping 21 points in the fourth quarter. He's the third Cavs player to drop 20 points in the fourth quarter in the last 25 years, joining LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. That's some pretty good company. And don't sleep on the potential, which I don't think it's potential. I think it's just the rookie of the year at this point in time. Evan Mobley did it too. 22 and 12 boards. Cavs take it 124 to 122. Crucial for them to continue to stay in the middle of the pack in the East playoff race. So look at the odds for most improved. We got Ja Morant, Miles Bridges, Darius Garland, and DeJounte Murray. I don't know. Garland's kind of deep right now, but I don't think he's getting enough love. I truly do not think he's getting enough love.
He's not. And here's the thing. I don't want to downplay it, right? But I don't believe that Ja Morant should be in the most improved conversation. Here's why. And I'm not trying to make it like it's beneath him, but it was a point of time last year when we were talking about Luka possibly being the most improved. No, like, Ja's the number 2 pick. He's an all-star. Like, we have him in the MVP conversation. That's a whole nother category. Like,
So I don't know, and I always, it's funny, Richard. You know, one thing I love about Giannis's trajectory is that he went most improved, MVP, defensive player of the year. So I think it's fine to have these guys in the conversation. You don't diminish and, huh?
And he was number 2.
He was the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but
So I mean, I guess it's just.
But real quick, Sinead, this is my argument. When you have the number 2 pick, then you have the rookie of the year. So your trajectory has always been this way. How does that put you in a position to be most improved player versus a guy like Darius Garland, who is, no one expected this from the Cavs?
Yeah, no, I think, yes, there are tiers of improvement. Like, you want to be able to say that as a top player that's supposed to lead your franchise, Ja Morant, you have had a great season by improving.
Yeah.
Like, I think the conversation, it's like, all right, what level do we talk about? And you're right, Ja should not be like the level, in that level of conversation. It should be for guys like Darius Garland. There's Anthony Simons out there, Tyrese Maxey. I love that type of echelon of player for the conversation. I hear you. That's not to say that Ja Morant has not been one of the most improved players, period.
I'm glad you brought up Simons and Maxey because I think those two definitely belong in the conversation.
Yes.
And some of this, Miles Bridges, we forget about because he came out of the gate so fast that all the buzz was early for him, and now it's just we're expecting him to play as well as he is. But I think that I'm with you, Perk. Like, when you're the number 2 overall pick
and rookie of the year,
like, you're supposed to be this good.
right.
You are in the MVP discussion, and when we get back to that MVP discussion, like, to me, I know he's listed there at 4th or 5th. I think he should be a little higher there, just based on Memphis is the number 2 seed right now.
Yeah, the second best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
But Darius Garland, when you look at when he was out for his injuries, the Cavs struggled. Yeah. All of a sudden, when he got back, he has a different type of swag. Like, we talk about must-see TV, but you have to turn this television on, because I'm talking about
nice.
He is super nice. Like, he has that handle, he has that charisma, but, you know, and his pull-up game from the three-point line reminds me a lot of Dame Dollar for his, you know, that hezzy, freezer, pull-up shot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, Darius Garland, we have to remember this, too, as well. He was in the same draft class as Ja Morant.
Yep.
Some would say that he would have went higher than Ja if he wasn't injured. You know what I mean? Like, he was projected as a high pick, so.
Well, and one more thing to add to his resume, when Ricky Rubio went down, he raised his level. That's what pushed him into All-Star. So, look, we hit on the most improved of the year. Cavs could also get Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Executive of the Year. Which end-of-the-season award in Canada isn't getting enough hype? Ramona, I want to know.
Isn't getting enough. Well, have we talked about Defensive Player of the Year?
Thank you. Thank you. We don't talk about defense.
Like, this is such. I mean, I think Draymond had a handle on this one until he got hurt. And when Draymond got hurt, it kind of opened up the field to where you can now look at Joel Embiid. Sixers have a top 5 to 10 defense, depending on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, the Bucks team defense is not what it has been in years past, so I think that hurts his case. But Mikal Bridges in Phoenix.
Bridges has been balling.
All right.
Yeah.
Memphis deserves some looks there. And then Robert Williams from
Oh,
Boston. Number 1 defense in the league
what about
the last
Rudy?
couple of months.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert is always kind of in contention.
So are we like, Stagnant.
I want to hear from Chiney. So what award do you think that isn't getting enough conversation?
Ramona started on it, and so did you. You brought it up. Coach of the Year is going to be really fascinating because you look at a situation with Monty Williams having the #1 record overall in the NBA and had a lot of great years previously in his short tenure, and it's like, okay, maybe he gets passed up again for a JB Bickerstaff, right?
By the way,
which rightfully
Tyrone
so, though,
Lue.
right?
Yep.
Ty Lue with the Clippers, but JB, I mean, no one predicted that this Cleveland team would gel and work on the court. And you talk a lot about the limitations potentially of playing with so many bigs. Well, he's shown that it is still possible right now. There's so many great candidates.
Yep.
I look at Monty, I'm like, oh, if he doesn't get it, but like you've done exactly what you needed to do. JB's out there, Ty Lue's out there. Ime Udoka has had a great second half of the season.
Right.
So there are a number of really quality candidates, and then not even like Memphis Grizzlies as well.
What, man?
What you got?
Well, being a defensive-minded player, I'm going with the Defensive Player of the Year. Like, we overlook this so much. And right now, I'm looking at a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr., who's leading the league in total blocks. Like, when I looked at him last year in the play-in in the playoffs, I was like, what are you doing? Now, all of a sudden, this guy's like not only coming out of nowhere, swatting everything, but I'm looking at him when he has to switch out on guards. He's doing a great job of that, playing the pick and roll. Like, the way that he's playing, his swagger, he's healthy, and where the Memphis Grizzlies, their defensive numbers are as a team, he has to be the front runner, in my opinion, for his Defensive Player of the Year.
No, I agree. For me, it's Coach of the Year, JB Bickerstaff, what he's done. I know Monty, T. Lue's my guy. Everyone's done a masterful job. It's kind of like MVP. No one's done a terrible job. But in order to do that with a bunch of bigs and a rookie big, and then getting Kevin Love to come off the bench, all the injuries that they've had, and they have been a very, very consistent team. So, but what's up?
T. Lue told me he really don't like you.
I know he doesn't like me. T. Lue's never liked me. I love him still. That's my guy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.